Hi, it's week 12 billion of coronavirus pandemic. Remember parties? Remember the 5-second rule? Remember rushing? Me neither. In these certain times, there have been opportunities for us to grow. My tiny little secret one is, how long can I go without tweezing? And I'm not the only one asking this question. Beauty and fashion industries are being gutted by coronavirus, and I'm not just talking about the big corporations. We're not going anywhere, we're watching our budgets, and we're not spending our money on... You left out Botox. The problem is many of the places that we go for these services are small businesses owned by women, which are way more vulnerable to collapse during a crisis like coronavirus. Plus, many female entrepreneurs have a harder time securing capital and getting loans, which is bullshit. Many women all over the country who run their own shops and restaurants and salons and factories are facing way harder challenges than do I throw this at my partner for breathing too loud. He's blowing his nose while I film this. That is... I'm Laura Bundy, and this is Womandemic, a short video series by, for, and about women in the coronavirus pandemic. So whether you've had the virus, you have it right now, or you've just fucking had it, come have a laugh, learn something new, meet some amazing people, and no, you're not alone, even if you wish you were. Speak to someone in person. Yes. Yes.
Yes!
No. No. No, that wasn't my answer. No, God, please, don't kick me off. I'm gonna have to do this all over again. Oh.
You might know her from Marvel's Cloak and Dagger, Wrecked on TBS, or Toy Story 4. She's also the founder and creative director of Asian American Girl Club. Here's Maki. Hey, Allie.
Hey, Laura! Thanks so much for agreeing to do this in a socially distant way.
Absolutely. It's the law. Allie, what's your experience been like during this pandemic?
You know, there's been a lot of highs and a lot of lows right now, but I think it's an especially scary time to be an Asian American person in this country. And there's so much discrimination and hate speech going on that I do worry for my community, and I worry for my mom and the older people in my family. It is a scary time.
Do I need to be going out and kicking some ass?
I would love that. No,
I am ready.
don't do that, guys. No violence.
From my perspective, your business is more important now than ever.
Yeah, I really started Asian American Girl Club as a personal expression of my journey of growing up in the entertainment industry. You know, I grew up in Kirkland, Washington. I was one of the only Asian American girls in my whole town, and it was very lonely for me, and I really wanted to be able to change that experience. You know, I'm in my 30s now, and I'm just starting to discover my self-worth and confidence, so I wanted to be able to give this feeling to girls at a much younger age. If we can give that to girls at 6, 7, 8 years of age, imagine what they can do to take over the world. We have an amazing campaign going on that is dedicated to this little girl named Leia. She's a 7-year-old Asian American girl who was actually bullied in her Zoom class lately because her friend said that he didn't like her because she was Chinese and started the virus. So our amazing women at Asian American Girl Club decided to write a bunch of letters in response and be able to show her that this can be a moment of learning and can be a moment of love. Since then, it's been amazing, and we've been able to send her so many letters of love and support, and it's an example of what community can do and the power behind it. Anyone can write a letter to Leia. We're continuing to show her love and support. Laura, I'm expecting a letter from you. So send letters to Leia. And it's so important right now to be an ally for the Asian American community. You know, check in on your friends, which is what you're doing right now. So thank you. And check in on them, see how they're doing, show them some love and support. Go out and order from your favorite local Asian American owned business or Asian American owned restaurant, because, you know, the stats are that Chinese restaurants are closing at double the rate of a normal restaurant. So, you know, make sure you're going out there and choosing wisely in what you're supporting.
I will kill for some Chinese food.
Can privileged white women wear your shirt?
Being an ally and repping the shirts is just as important to us. So, yes, absolutely 100%. Rock that shirt with pride.
Yes!
Bye, Allie. You're the best. You can keep that megaphone.
Mom, that's yours. She's a former fit model and one of the first women ever to found her own premium denim line. Please welcome Paige Adams-Geller, creative director and co-founder of one of America's most beloved denim brands. Paige.
Thank you. I'm grateful to be here. What a name, Womandemic.
I see you're hoarding toilet paper.
Oh, God.
Remind me, what were pants?
I don't know.
You built your business from the ground up and then suddenly, COVID. Can you describe your emotional arc from then to now?
It's been brutal. It's literally been an emotional roller coaster of something I've never experienced in my life and been the toughest thing we've ever experienced in the business, as I'm sure it has been for everyone.
What is or was the scariest point?
I think one of the most difficult times in the beginning of quarantine, when I was feeling really paralyzed, was the phone calls that I was getting from women who have worked their way in the company and they're the breadwinners of the family, crying hysterically because they were afraid that they were going to lose their job. And the company is like 85-90% women. In my mind, Paige is nothing without the team. And so in my mind, protecting the business meant protecting the team. And so I think that we had a lot of trust and faith that when we shared with everyone that we wouldn't furlough anyone or let anyone go and we'd have to reconsider at the end of May, I think the gratitude from the team of just knowing that we really did care spoke volumes.
How is your company weathering coronavirus? Are people buying jeans or clothes in general when there's so much economic anxiety? How are these uncertain times affecting production of your upcoming lines for the next few seasons?
Thank God for online shopping. And when we did find out that we were able to at least ship, some numbers were actually over last year on .com business.
How are you leading your company these days? Do you go to your office or work from home, or are you on Zoom or Xanax?
Let's put it this way, my husband probably wishes I had some Xanax. It's been insane. Definitely, I'm so grateful for Zoom.
How are you dealing with the tactile, fabric-y part of your business? Is COVID-19 affecting your ability to work with the clothing itself, or are you using a hologram replica of yourself with full consciousness and quarking within quantum alternate universes?
I wish I could clone myself. Here's an example. Actually, I got this little binder the other day and it says, for Paige, Fall 21 base shades. They'll send me little swatches, and then I have a whole rack next to me of all different kinds of clothes on the rack for me to touch and feel and make sure that I'm liking everything. So messengers have become our best friends. It'll come from the factory into Paige headquarters. Then someone puts their mask and gloves on and makes sure and steams all the product. Then it'll go from the office to me. I usually get to be the first person to have my eyes on the product. Then after I've handled it, it usually goes to one of our head merchants or our merchandising teams. I put them in suitcases last time and then sent them over to different houses based on lifestyle or denim or knits or wovens. And then they look at everything and do the same process. Then it goes back to the office again for whatever the pattern makers need, and then they do the same thing. So it just takes forever. It's like turtle time. At least 10 to 15 people that actually have to handle it. Could be like from 10 days to like one day. Like one day at the office, we get all that done. Basically 10% of productivity.
Fashion Week just happened, but it was virtual. What was it like for you? I'd be scared of catching Anna Wintour's eye and being turned to stone.
I'm always scared of that. It was either like send the product to every single one of the retailers that wanted to look at it to buy the line, which is not possible, and people are scared of touching product probably, or just send pictures and try to figure out how to show the line. So we tried to problem solve. My stepdaughter is here in the house, and so she would take pictures of me, and then I'd write on the pictures the notes and then sending them to this model who had a white backdrop in her house, and her boyfriend is conveniently a photographer. So literally we ended up having a virtual fashion show of the outfits.
Lots of apparel makers like you have been making masks at the request of the government. How else are you using your powers for good? I mean, you always do a lot of good. Your company's like the Masked Singer. You make so many asses look great.
It is good to be known as the best butt jean in the business. Right when this happened, like the beginning of the global pandemic, we decided that we wanted to donate proceeds to Meals on Wheels. And then the second thing we did, it was Sexual Assault Awareness Month. And we had percentage of sales go to RAIN, which is the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network. And then now we're actually giving money to the NAACP and many other organizations. So even though we've been through crisis, it's been something that I still feel is our job to do as a company.
Is there a silver lining to this pandemic for women entrepreneurs?
Well, I always think there's a silver lining. In this case, I feel that Communication has been a silver lining because women have been willing to ask for help. We feel closer than ever. The team is stronger than ever, and their voices have been heard more than ever.
Paige, it has been so great talking with you. You are a fucking powerhouse. Thank you for sponsoring these videos and for giving us this discount and making jeans that truly flatter every woman. Talk to you soon. Being a female business owner is really fucking hard. If you can order it on Etsy, don't order it on Amazon. Support female businesses. I'm Bundy, and this is Womandemic. Okay, I'm headed out. I left the food in the fridge. Emergency contacts are on the counter. Dogs need to be let out at 1 p.m., and I think that's everything.